And we are in the middle of a pretty complicated board.
As we see Tyler Gardner on the left, Toby Cain on the right. We are in game one. We have an Esper aggro deck on the left. We have Junk Reanimator on the right. We'll have deck list in front of us shortly.
The Junk Reanimator we have seen on camera before. He has sort of an aggressive element to his deck. He has Lolith Troll, but he also has a kind of a Reanimator shell to go along with it.
Okay.
Let's see here. Where are you at? There's Toby Cain and Tyler Gardner. I have to assume that if the game has gone this deep that Tyler's probably favored. Sorry, Toby rather is probably favored. But again, we are now trying to piece together the plot of the movie without seeing the first couple acts.
Yeah, and I see a lot of spirit tokens here, along with multiple Vault of the Archangels. We know that Tyler's deck list has 3 Vault of the Archangels in it.
Yeah, this is probably a guy who cannot wait for Watery Grave and Godless Shrine to be reprinted. Yeah. I'm willing to bet.
So we see some mana being tapped here. It looks like a Runechanter's Pike going to come down. We see Runechanter's Pike. We don't have the count on the Pike just yet. Toby is jumping in front, so it must be a relevant amount that he's blocking.
Yep.
And then we see the Vault of the Archangel being activated to give Lifelink and Death Touch. Pike is plus
13.
13.
So substantial. Toby looking at an Oblivion Ring. He's quite good now.
And we'll definitely turn that right back on. As it's going to change things drastically here.
Yep.
See a lot of Troll with the counter on it here. Thragtusk being moved in. There's 2 in play. Spirit token, Beast token, mana base. A little bit of a glare issue there. Hopefully we'll be able to get some things cleared up for you guys.
Looks like there's a Cavern and some basics alongside a suite of duels. I would say it's probably a stretch that Toby has a problem casting anything in his deck at this point. It's probably set up.
And that card next to Lot with Troll, above it for you guys, is a Borderland Ranger.
Yep.
Card that Toby has 2 copies of in his main deck. All right, it's attacking time.
Yep. I assume this is going to induce some chum blocking. And Tyler is at.
Tyler's life total for you guys at home is 19.
Yeah, he gained 13.
So you know, yeah, he gained. Actually, it should be 20. He gained 14.
Yeah, 14 rather.
And so we just see some chump blocking with spirit tokens right now. It looks like just jumping in front of Thragtusk.
Yep. Yep.
And then we're going to do some trading with Borderland Ranger as well. So getting maximum value out of those Lingering Soul Spirits. We will get a confirmation on Tyler's life total. We believe he is at 20 right now, as we see an Oblivion Ring post-combat, taking care of that plus 13 Runechanter's Pike.
Yep. Although, again, it's hard to say, having just jumped in this game, it's a little surprising to see Tyler be chumping at that high of a life total, given how depleted his resources are. But
we're going to see a Lingering Souls. Just the front end, no flashback.
Keeping up too, do we have Abrupt Decay in this deck?
Toby's deck list, he does have 3 copies of Abrupt Decay, yes sir.
Yep, and Tyler just ripped a Pike, so I guess if it's there, we're going to see it.
Heck of a draw. And he comes with a large Geist, an Angel token, and it looks like he's just automatically going to be activating that Vault of the Archangel.
I mean, I assume if we didn't, it looked like he paid the full amount, full retail for that Lingering Soul, so if he didn't flash it back, I assume we have some sort of removal spell in our hand.
Toby also has access to 2 Ultimate Price in his deck. I think that's the card that's hiding his hand, along with a land, kind of ruining his plan to catch something off guard. We are going to see Vault of the Archangel gain a bunch of life again.
Mm-hmm.
Vault of the Archangel, I mean, immediately when I saw Tyler's deck list, you see 3 copies of Vault of the Archangel, and you say, hard for me to believe that's correct. But you can see the kind of impact that it's having on this game, and it's just, really, Tyler's just decided in deck building that I really want to draw one of these.
Yep. I mean, again, it's the mana is definitely stretched. I mean, it is tough to play both Vault of the Archangel and Rewind in the same deck and be able to cast your spells.
Yeah.
But certainly when you're on a Lingering Souls plan, the card, I've seen that card win plenty of games that no other card you could have played can get you out of. So.
And I can safely say from first-hand experience, Vault of the Archangel can do the exact same.
Yeah.
Blast you, Ali Antrazi. Blast you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was there for that. That's right. I remember that match. The playing for the top 8 of the SCG Invitational in Atlanta.
That's correct.
That was a heartbreaker, and I wasn't even playing in it.
Cut Steve. We still love you, Ali.
Yeah, we do.
So we see an attack there from Toby, getting some damage across, knocking Tyler down to 16. But again, being able to combat this combination of cards of Angel Token, Geist, Runechanter's Pike with Vault of the Archangel is proving to be relatively difficult, as we see a third Vault of the Archangel in Tyler's hand.
Yep.
And now it's getting interesting, like to the point where he can activate Vault of the Archangel on offense and defense.
Yep.
We're almost to that point.
Well, I'm a little surprised that we aren't moving the Pike around, given that, I mean, it's just a free, with Toby alphaing every turn, I mean, it's a free kill on something.
Yeah, I mean, I am a little surprised at that as well. In the same vein that he can use Vault of the Archangel on offense and defense, he can do the same thing with Runechanter's Pike.
Yep. Well, I'm not saying Toby can't attack if Tyler were to move the Pike, but certainly some progress would get made.
So we see Toby has drawn a Angel of Serenity for the turn. Assuming that he has the white mana to play that, and he does, we see at least 2 Temple Gardens and an isolated Chapel. That can have a huge impact on this game.
Yeah, this is funny because in every facet, Toby's really dominating this game, and I feel like eventually he's going to win. But Pike plus Geist is actually he's gaining enough life to keep his head above water.
Yeah. The thing I wonder is, what is the 4 spirits there? They've been hanging out for a little while. What are we trying to accomplish with those?
Yeah, no, it's not clear.
I don't know. I don't think that he has, as we see, Angel Serenity. I don't think there's an intangible virtue, anything like that going on.
He just might not be willing to trade his. He might not be willing to trade his Souls tokens for opposing Souls tokens.
Okay.
When Toby is in chump block mode anyway, because with Vault of the Archangel out there, too valuable just to trade 1 for 1. Like you can just sit there and wait. Okay. You're gaining enough life where, you don't really need them to engage in combat to do anything appreciable. And as long as you can weather the storm of these Lingering Souls tokens, eventually those spirits are going to be a lot more valuable. So
you see Tyler Gardner did draw another white source of mana, was a Glacial Fortress. So now he can finally activate both sides. He can activate Vault of the Archangel on offense and defense now.
Okay. He also has a Azorius Charm in his hand, which is significant. All right, so we're just... Oh boy.
We see an ultimate price here, targeting his own Angel Serenity.
So we're going to get a Craterhoof Behemoth back, and then...
Now this is interesting. Okay.
We're going to draw a card, I guess, off of...
Draw a card off Azorius Charm.
So we're going to get back Craterhoof Behemoth, and then cast Craterhoof Behemoth, and then kill him with it.
Looks like the plan. A kind of unconventional way to go about trying to get victory. And assuming that Cavern of Souls for Toby, at least one of them is aimed on beasts, as you see 2 are in play, it looks like there's nothing that Tyler can do to stop this.
Yep. Craterhoof Behemoth is a combo with other creatures. We're about to see it.
Tell me more.
We're about to see it.
Yeah. Toby goes, resolve the trigger.
Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 36, 37, 40, 50, 459 is my count.
That's it?
I mean, he's got a vault and some spirits,
yeah.
you know. I wouldn't count the man out, but it's a lot of damage.
He also has the first striker, too.
Yeah, I mean, he actually gets to make some amount of inroads here, but he actually doesn't even want to send everything.
That's a little surprising.
Well, he might actually...
The counterattack.
Yeah, he actually might die. Because he does have... Yeah, that is... Yeah, he's in the... He's in the awkward overrun, don't attack with everything.
Yeah. It all seems so simple until now, the situation we're at.
Yep. Vault of the Archangel, Rune Chanter Spike doing some serious work. I feel like if we were going to cast the Behemoth in the non-attack, we should probably just redeploy some Thragtusks.
Yeah, I think that Toby was so ready to make the attempt at this play.
Because the Thragtusks are another... The 2 Thragtusks in play, I mean, the Behemoth is another... I mean, I'm not that... 6 to 8, 16 plus 12 plus 10. It's like another 38 points or something.
Yeah.
That probably covers whatever deficit you were worried about.
Yeah, the deficit.
An extra 38 probably, whatever, gets me over the top.
That he's worried about now.
Yeah.
It seemed that Toby, he set up this awesome play and he just like immediately wants to pull the trigger on it, and now that he's pulled the trigger on it, it doesn't seem like he really thought everything through enough.
I mean, I feel like sending in... So if you send in the 2 Thragtusks, then you have... That's 12, 22, which means something gets blocked, which means you get a beast on the way back. So at least those 2 have to get in. And then... Then the beast and the... Okay.
Okay, so he comes to this conclusion again.
I think there's some amount of risk here because he might actually just die on the way back if something happens to the troll.
Yeah.
And I believe Tyler also has a Azorius charm in his hand too. Although I don't think he has.
Tyler did cycle that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Tyler cycled. Nice Vancouver Grizzlies throwback.
I was going to bring it up, but I knew you would.
Michael Dickerson, Brian Big Country Reeves,
Greg Anthony. It's the finest. Shahif Abdul.
Sharif Abdul Rahim. Steve Franchise refused to play there. A storied history.
Gonna see Tyler decide his blockers here.
I'm surprised you would get in front of the Thragtusk. Like, it feels like you don't want to kill that to give yourself some way to crack back on the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, now there's another additional blocker.
You know, the other thing to keep in mind is that he doesn't want to kill Crater of Behemoth either, just because of Unburial Rites.
Yeah, so it seems like you want to just kill a beast if possible, and then chump everything else that you need to stay alive.
So we're going to see some big trade-offs here and some life swinging back and forth. Numbers that they are going to figure out and then we are going to announce once they are figured out.
Yep.
I'm not going to try to figure out the number of the math going on here.
Yep. So Vault is life, link, plus death touch, so it actually clears out a ton of stuff. Still trying to noodle through exactly what happened here.
Yeah, just assigning trample damage every which way, resolving first strike damage, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Magic players of all will be closing shortly. Please wrap up your games, trades, and head on out. We'll see you bright and early in the morning.
All right, it looks like we have some consensus about where our life totals are at here.
I'd like to believe that it's not lethal.
I'm pretty sure it's not, because he gains so much off of the Geist.
He also is going to gain some life from the Spirit tokens as well, because those do have lifelink and death touch.
Okay. So yeah, this is, you know, going back to earlier about not getting the spirits in there, this seems like this combat went very well for him, in part because he was able to just hang back with those extra souls tokens and then clear out.
It does leave Tyler at 3 life, but we'll be able to gain a lot of that back in a second.
It's a Hallowed Fountain.
Tyler has a Hollow Fountain. He has a 3rd Vault of the Archangel in his hand and a mystery card, which I also believe is a land.
Yeah, I think so.
So Geist is going to be attacking for a sizable amount. Lawless Troll being back to block and to regenerate. So
Elliot, does he need it?
Pike is now at plus 14.
Okay, Troll is blocking. So 4 coming across and 14, 16, 20 being gained, it looks like.
Yep. It's a format of life gain, my friend.
Yeah.
Between Thragtusk, Centaur Healer, Blinking Thragtusk, Reanimating Thragtusk, Angel Serenity Thragtusk, and now Vault of the Archangel.
Yeah.
They couldn't print Havoc Festival for 2 mana. Would that be too low?
Probably.
At least it's got good artwork. So we see Toby's going to take his turn now. It looks like he drew
Well,
a
he
Lockdown
still-
Smiter.
He also still has, like, Angel of Serenity, I think, in the cut from when he
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
has his own Angel of Serenity, so
And he has Thragtusk in his hand as well, so...
I had to assume some way. We'll find a way to seal this deal at some point in the near future.
Yeah, it feels like the Geist interaction here is, you know, it's doing a nice job of holding Toby off, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be able to get him the game.
Yeah.
And we saw that Tyler moved the Pike over, and interesting decision there because he should know that there's an Angel of Serenity from the initial Angel of Serenity. So it's just going to be able to eat that token, and he's going to be able to get in for a bunch of damage. And there it is. 1, 2, a little bit of an Angel Loop.
Okay.
It took care of the Craterhoof Behemoth in play. Okay. That one's a little curious to me. How do you feel about that?
I mean, if I'm in Toby's position, I'm pretty happy to just like tread water and just hold off Tyler and eventually draw a removal spell for the Pike and just kill him.
Okay.
It's like, it seems pretty rough for things to go wrong from this spot.
Well, that's an interesting play. Angel's his own Craterhoof Behemoth, just so that if Tyler ever kills Toby's Angel, he's able to get Craterhoof Behemoth
Yeah, it's really.
back.
I mean, it's tough for him to attack, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that one of the cards is Angel of Serenity in the loop means it's just like a free roll, right? Like, he gets to block a bunch and generate value along the way if he's feeling so inclined.
Let's see, third Vault of the Archangel come into play.
When 2 is just not enough. Yeah, he didn't even attack with his Geist last turn because it's just...
Yeah, it just doesn't get him anywhere.
Yeah.
So it seems like to me that oddly enough Toby is the one with the inevitability here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what Tyler's... I mean, Tyler can make this game go on for a long time, obviously, but I don't actually know how he gets ahead from here.
Sure. And Tyler's in the hope that maybe perhaps Toby makes a mistake. Perhaps has a mental misstep. So We'll see a Thragtusk cast by Toby.
Toby setting up to 22.
A Smiter in his hand. Tyler draws a Restoration Angel.
Not very good here.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, now he's still frozen out of attacking. I mean, if he couldn't attack last turn in his own mind, then nothing's changed. All right, looks like we just Grizzly salvaged, Umbrella Rights, Restoration Angel.
Woodland Cemetery, Isolated Chapel, and a Vault of the Archangel of his own, right back in Big Ern's face. A nice draw. There's only there are 2 copies in his deck, so we have 5 copies of Vault of the Archangel between the 2 of them.
Very conducive to ending games quickly and efficiently. It's like, oh, both players can actually give. They both have 6 creatures in play, and they can give all their creatures lifelink and death touch at a moment's notice. Who can attack? No one. No one can attack.
No one ever. There will be no attacks ever.
Can't attack.
Don't even consider attacking.
Yep. And again, you know, I think Toby is correct here to just play as passively as possible. He's seen the deck list and he knows there's like really no way for Tyler to power himself out of the situation, so you might as well just wait. The minute that he draws a kill spell for the pike, maybe another angel, he can just take the game over pretty easily from there.
Huh. I don't really see any way that he's going to be able to break through this. You know, I'm looking through Tyler's deck list for some sort of Faith Shield type effect to be able to get through. I don't think that exists. I don't really think there's anything. I don't really think there's anything there to be able to break through this.
Yep. Has a Garrick?
Yeah, I believe that was a. Make sure here. Yeah, there is one copy of Garrick Primal Hunter in Toby's deck list. So that's likely what that was.
Might as well cast it, right? It's just.
I'm looking to see what Toby has to draw to. So we're going to see. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Tyler draws Dissipate. What Toby can draw to, he only has one creator with Behemoth, which is underneath the Angel of Serenity. He also has 2 Angel of Serenity in his deck list, one in play, one underneath the Angel of Serenity. So he can't draw to either one of those.
Well, even just either Abrupt Decay or Oblivion Ring on the pike means that he has to be able to start attacking profitably once that happens.
Sure. So it looks like we saw a Dissipate.
I don't know on what, maybe on Burial Rates or something.
I believe it was on the Garrick Primal
Garrick.
Hunter. Yeah, that he finally pulled the trigger on. He does have access to 3 Abrupt Decays in his deck list, as you brought up. He also has 2 Oblivion Rings, one of which is already in play, and he has 2 Ultimate Price, one of which he's already cast. Ultimate Price, of course, being able to target his own angel to do that show and dance again that he did earlier.
Another Restoration Angel.
He draws a card. Toby draws another Restoration Angel of his own.
I don't think that helps him get anywhere here.
Nope. I mean, best he can do is flicker Thragtusk to add 2 creatures to the board.
Billy Moreno alongside us, admiring his handiwork.
Yeah. Billy, you responsible for Thragtusk? Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
I think Thragtusk is fine. Obviously, these games occasionally play at a glacial pace as a result, but
So we're going to see
it's a fine design. It's fine for that card to be powerful. This is just sometimes All we're highlighting here is sometimes there are consequences for your actions. That's all. That's all.
We're going to see another Restoration
Angel,
Angel here. Just
get another thing out there.
Yeah, 3-4 Flying Flash. Just going with the board some more.
Are we?
Are we moving in?
Nope.
Nope, not yet. Okay. I had a brief moment where I thought
someone might take an action.
Yeah, it might be go time. Second Vault of the Archangel there for Toby. So now he can play offense, defense. That's the best kind of player.
Yeah.
In my book.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
In case you guys are wondering, we are here in Seattle, Washington. Star City Games Open Series top 8 match.
Yep.
Unsurprisingly, the first 3 matches are finished. We are in game number 1 here between Tyler Gardner and Toby Cain.
Both players comfortably over 20 life.
Yeah. With potential for much more.
At a moment's notice, they could go up to 50, either one of them. So,
I am Cedric Phillips, joined, of course, by Patrick Sullivan, bringing you the final match of the day in what looks to be a marathon event.
Oh my God!
Is that is that an attack?
Someone is taking a game action.
Quite the risk.
I don't know. Could be bad. I mean, I assume that means he drew Abrupt Decay. That's.
Is that just that you think that's the giveaway?
I mean, there's nothing Tyler can really do about it, but it's the only thing that would cause him to shove, I think, right here.
Yep, and that is Abrupt Decay.
Yeah. All right. So we got to clear the pike out, and now Tyler's tenuous house of cards starts to collapse here. As now Toby has free reign to actually start just pushing through.
Yep. We're going to play a little game of Vault of the Archangel here.
Yeah.
On both sides of the board.
Yeah. It's a game where both players lose. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of trading. The board's going to get cleared out quite a bit as a result of this.
We're going to see a Restoration Angel here.
Saving
the Thragtusk.
A Thragtusk.
Yeah. Making a beast, gaining 5 life.
Controversial move. Targeting the Thragtusk.
I like it. I like that move. I'm pro that.
Spotted a subtle interaction in the card pool.
So we're going to have some trades. We're going to have some life gains, obviously.
Yep.
So life totals will change quite a bit here in just a second.
But yeah, Tyler is trying very hard to keep his head above water here, but Toby also has, I believe, like 4 spells in his hand too, of some indeterminate quality.
Not to mention if that Angel of Serenity ever bites the dust, some things are coming back as well.
Yep.
As long as Toby's able to manage his life total, he'll be sitting pretty for this particular game.
I assume we've managed our life total reasonably well with the 37 points of life or whatever we just gained.
Up to 51. A card if you have like a certain number. Test of Endurance.
Yep.
Tyler looking over his options.
Still plugging away.
You see Tyler just played a Hollow Fountain and said go.
Yeah, his Vault of the Archangels have obviously lost a lot of effectiveness in protecting himself now that the Rune Chainer Spike. I mean, he's going to fold under this pressure pretty quickly.
Yeah. Toby did a quick count of his deck to see exactly where he stood, but he's looking at about 10 to 12 cards, so he's just fine on that front. I think he can just keep doing what he was doing. I think he has the Crater of Behemoth in his hand as well now. And you know what Crater of Behemoth could use? Vault of the Archangel.
Yeah, it's a combo.
A little bit of help.
Hey, you see that action that Toby's got in his sideboard for these kind of matchups? He's got Sands of Delirium. No, over here.
Oh, excuse me. Yes. Ooh.
Yep.
I like where this is going. That's the way to close this nonsense out real fast.
Just started fireballing his deck every
Yeah,
turn.
Vault of the Archangel this.
Yeah.
Should be fun.
Both players down to very few cards in their library. Tyler at 6 cards and Toby with 7. This is not the first time that I've watched Toby on camera today nearly get involved in a game of decking. And this is without Delirium. The Sands of Delirium was not involved. It was just, you know.
It's good old-fashioned Magic.
Yeah.
So we see some counting taking place here.
Seems like it's hard for it to go too badly if you just send all the troops.
Okay, Angel Serenity is actually still on the table. I'm sorry. I thought that it had died, but it was just off camera. So it is here, and we are going to send in the troops.
Yeah, this... Again, it's hard to see how this goes too badly. Yeah.
At some point, he's going to have to get rid of Angel Serenity, and when he does, he pays the ultimate price. So we see Tyler moving some blockers in the way here, still letting Angel through, which he needs to do. And likely to see a Vault of the Archangel activation here from Tyler. Probably see one from Toby as well. We're going to see the Restoration Angel again on the Thragtusk so it doesn't die.
Controversial move.
Bringing Toby up to 56. Another Beast token joining the party. And I feel we will see a Vault of the Archangel activation on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Hopefully allow Troll regenerate.
Mm-hmm.
And with some spare mana here.
There we go.
There's the activation. Okay. And I'll activate as well, tough guy. And so we're going to have some clearing on the board and some life gain taking place once again. You'll have an update on life totals after combat. A lot of things are going to leave the board here in a second.
Toby looks like he's going to be going up to 70 something.
I'll take the over. Yeah. Confident.
Man, kids today, I mean, they just don't like to concede. It was different in my era, you know?
Yeah, no reason to concede.
It's arguable.
Plan it out.
Yeah, sure. No, I understand.
This is James Gate School of Magic right there.
I'm just not wired that way.
Yeah, we're gonna play it out. That's what we're gonna do. I don't lose until I'm at 0. Or I don't have a deck anymore. That's it. 80.
10
8-0. Correct and taking the over.
A good round number. Tyler somehow ended up ahead on life after that whole sequence was over.
Oh, that's fun. The graphics only go up to 99.
Yeah, our technology actually doesn't handle this deck. And he locks it on Smiter to just round it all off.
Bonk. Just for value's sake. And Toby knows no Supreme Verdict coming.
Yep, can't counter that.
Yep. So 80 to 16. Tyler's going to draw a card. He's going to draw a...
Guess
the
the same
Geist of Saint
trap.
Traps.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good right now.
Guy's looking to turn it all around. He is a legend after all. The Spear token in play.
Boom.
Geist of Saint Traft.
contemplating sending in the spirit. Knocking Toby down to 79. Decides instead to hold back.
Hallowed Fountain tapped. Toby's turn.
Oh, we have Restoration Angel too. Oh, doesn't want to play the Hallowed Fountain.
Toby untap all of his creatures. Draws a card for the turn. It is a Restoration Angel.
I would probably start the turn by just shoving everything here.
I think that's exactly what we're going to see. And what looks to be a lethal attack.
So we have some blocks here. It looks like 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. And another Restoration Angel on the Thragtusk. This appears to be lethal coming through.
I mean, if it's not, it's very, very close.
Tyler with a Restoration Angel of his own here, so he could. Not particularly sure what. He could cast it for indeterminate effect. Okay, so there's a vault activation that'll gain Tyler 1.
Ship that.
Yep, Restoration Angel down.
And off the top, an 82-point Bonfire of the Damned. Yep, and a Hallowed Fountain. Taking 2 and scooping up all of his lands.
Okay.
Tyler Gardner conceding. Toby Cain up a game. Still had
A plucky effort.
Still had all these.
A
Showing a
plucky effort.
Snapcaster Mage and an Augur of Bolas.
Yep. Okay,
So
well,
it's
that's
both-
game 1.
Yeah. So
Let's go to the boards.
So it's both players. Oh. Okay. We were just informed by our director that he was actually digging for Thought Scours.
Well, wasn't he? I mean, he only had 4 cards left in his deck, right?
Target Toby.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying that he had only the 4 cards left in his deck that he flipped over at the end, right?
I'm not entirely sure.
I thought he just flipped over 4 cards that were Island,
Oh, okay.
Island, Snapcaster, Augur Bolas. Sure, but he was still not, even with the Thought Scour, he's still not in range of decking. I mean, you know, it's close, but I
Sure.
think Toby still had 5 cards left in his deck or something like
Sure,
that.
sure. So he was battling out for a good reason.
Yeah, he actually had, yeah, he needed to hold off for like 3 more turns. or
Not
something
just
like
for
that.
your entertainment at home.
Yeah.
He was battling out for a good reason. So that's good to see, at least.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at some sideboard action, Jackson.
You have Tyler's deck list in front of you.
2 copies of Purify the Grave. Dungeon Guy seems halfway decent. 2 copies of Tomeo. 2 copies of Sphinx's Revelation seem good. I'm a little dubious of Detention Sphere. I don't think it's particularly good here, but he may bring it in. And 4 copies of Supreme Verdict, which again I do not think are at their best here.
Looking over here, I have an additional copy of Lingering Souls in the sideboard to go with the 2 main deck. An additional Oblivion Ring to go with the 2 main deck, an additional Garrick Primal Hunter to go with the 1 main deck, 2 Terminus, which isn't really where he wants to be, 3 Deathrite Shamans, which are good against Lingering Souls, relatively good against Snapcaster Mage as well, so you could see those coming in. 3 Centaur Healers, not so much. 2 Sand of Delirium, if the game goes like that again.
I mean, Sands would have instantly entered the game.
Yeah, Sam's would have been the sleeper hold, as it were, and then 2 Sever the Bloodline, which I don't think will be joining us.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spot removal against these decks.
Yeah, it could take care of when we jumped into the game, there were a lot of Lingering Souls tokens in play, so it could wipe those out. But I don't suspect Sever the Bloodline will be joining us.
Yeah, I mean Tyler definitely needs to put himself into an aggressive role in this matchup because we saw what happens when the game gets draggy. I mean Tyler, had a 15-point pike, gained well into 3 figures worth of life in that game, and still, I mean, it wasn't. It took a while, but it wasn't like close. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say the result was ever going to be in doubt. Inevitability favored Toby the entire time that game. It was just, and we've seen this quite a bit today. It's just going to take a while.
Yes.
That's all. He needed to draw to an Abrupt Decay, finally did. Stuff like that. So we're going to see both players shuffling here. Now, Patrick, this Junk Reanimator deck, I think you said you did cover this when I was on break with Ruben. It's a little bit different than the Reanimator decks that we've seen today. John Wade playing 4-color with Faithless Looting. This one has, some creatures in it. Locks on Smiter, a lot with Troll, where some people kind of issue that for more ways to, get through their deck. Is there an approach that you like better or worse?
Well, I do like the Troll quite a bit because it's facilitating a lot of different stuff in the deck, while also being it's a good aggressive and defensive measure. I'm a little more dubious of the Smiter because it's not really. This deck doesn't really win by getting in random pot shots, and Smiter doesn't really facilitate anything. Also, the games I've watched, every time he's had the Smiter, it's just been like this non sequitur to what the rest of the deck was doing.
Sure.
So that card I'm dubious of, but I think the Troll is definitely good.
Yeah, Smiter doesn't really seem to be part of the overall plan of the deck.
Yeah.
I think I would agree with that.
I mean, it's a nice big body. It does some work in the beatdown matchups, I suppose, and against some control decks. But I would probably rather cap out on Lingering Souls and maybe another Oblivion Ring, maybe another Ultimate Price before I went to Smiter.
Okay. We are just getting word now from our director. Tyler Gardner would like to say to you guys he'd like to apologize at home to everyone watching for that, quote, hour of horror.
Well, in
unquote.
Tyler and Toby's defense, they did sideboard and present very quickly. So good on them.
I'll give it to them. So we see Tyler's going to keep his 7.
Yep,
he's going to
both are
lead with
keeping.
a Hallowed Fountain. Thoughts here. Okay, looks like I see a Deathrite Shaman in Toby's hand off of an Overgrown Tomb. Thought Scar revealing Geist of St. Trapped on Moorland Haunt. Mystery card drawn. And a draw for the draw step as well on Tyler's second turn. Deathrite Shaman for Toby, a card that's picking up in popularity across multiple formats of Magic. We're seeing it. We're seeing it in Standard. We've seen it in Modern, in the Channel Fireball Jund deck, and we're also seeing it in Legacy nowadays as well.
I mean, 1 mana and a ton of utility.
Yeah.
It's a good recipe for showing up in some tournament level play.
We're going to see the ability being used there for Deathrite Shaman, Geist of St. Trapped for Tyler on turn 3. See if Toby can match it on his turn 3.
Tyler with a basic plains and a Cavern of Souls, it appears, are his lands.
No play, so it looks like Geist maybe able to have the opportunity to get in some beats here.
Taking his lumps.
So Toby's going to take 6 right on the chin here. So you see Toby's hand does have a Grizzly Salvage that he's intending on casting on the end step. We're going to see a Lingering Souls here from Tyler.
Yep.
Don't see any black mana to flash it back just yet. Don't see any black mana to activate Vault of the Archangel either.
And we're just going to be eating that. I assume we're going to be eating that Lingering Souls regardless.
Yeah, it really does give Toby a choice now because it looked like Toby really does need to resolve the Grizzly salvage. But he also, you know, you have to get rid of that lingering souls too.
Yep.
Draws a card. You'll see a Oblivion Ring, which will not solve the problem at hand. So we see Cavern of Souls being put into play for Toby. We'll get the exact name on that as we see a Thought Scour there from Tyler.
I would assume it's actually I guess there's even another way. It's like it needs white mana for Angels, but he also would like to resolve his Thragtusk next turn.
Yeah.
I would say it's set to Angel.
So coming across here. Huh.
I assume we're Restoration Angeling our guy here.
Yeah, well, it looks like he's blocking Geist and then Restoration Angel Deathrite Shaman, whereas I would have considered. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just pump faked.
That's the play that I wanted to make there. So we see Restoration Angel on Geist is entrapped. Okay.
So it all nets out with Toby taking 6.
And Tyler in a pretty commanding board position right now.
It's about to get a little bit worse for him as he's putting I believe, setting Cavern to Beast, and will be resolving Thragtusk.
And Thragtusk it is. So Toby's going to move up to 11. Has Restoration Angel to block the opposing Restoration Angel in that war. So
yeah, he really could use black mana to turn his Vault of the Archangel on.
Yeah, combat's going to start to get a little complicated now. Vault would obviously change a lot of things here, however.
Yeah, just shoving in.
Yeah, but that won't stop Tyler from attacking, so we'll see exactly how Toby opts to block.
This is the most logical block.
Yeah.
I presume this attack means that he has another copy of Geist Saint trapped in his hand.
So we see a real Angel token put into play there. And another Angel,
yeah,
just swapping them all out. Alright, so he's going to lose a Geist Saint trapped.
Why is that?
I don't know where those Spirit tokens are going. What?
Yeah, none of those guys die.
Spirit tokens off play. There we
go.
Yeah,
okay.
Okay, there we go. I was trying to figure out where those went to. Okay. Looks like no black mana may be the difference.
All right, yeah, and there it is.
Just a straight concession.
Up. Yep.
Huh.
I mean, if his hand is just I mean, he's in a terrible spot there. Maybe a little earlier for a concession, but
yeah, I feel
in light of the last hour, I don't blame him for wanting to wrap it up if he feels like he's in a losing spot.
Sure. I'm a little bit surprised. It does feel a little bit hasty to me. It doesn't look like he's facing down lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, Deathrite Shaman, 10, 11 with an activation. No, we're back to playing.
Sure. It appears that concession was a little hasty.
Yeah. This is that was just a handshake for a good attack.
Yeah,
is what that may have been.
Good block.
Yeah,
good block.
Good block, sir.
That's the block I would have made. Yeah. I was hoping you wouldn't make that block.
So, you thought we were done with coverage. You are wrong. It is still a marathon affair here.
Ooh, Vault of the Archangel. That should speed it up.
Yeah. That'll turn it right around. As Vault of the Archangel comes into play for Toby, he can give the beatdowns if he'd wish, but he's going to hang back on defense. Tyler draws his card. He draws a Thought Scour, still looking for that black mana, and draws. Who are you? Snapcaster Mage.
Yeah. A rebuy.
Master of the rebuy.
Yeah. Oh, there was some confusion about the game state apparently. I believe that goes without saying.
So it is all cleared up now. We are still continuing to play on.
All right, we're going to start with a Grizzly Salvage.
in Grizzly style, which is going to take
A Thragtusk.
Thragtusk. Thragtusk goes to Toby's hand. Toby's sitting on 5 life, going to be going to 10 life, it looks like here. Tyler has been holding up a Dissipate, but holding up Dissipate in this particular game does not really seem all that profitable with a Cavern Beast and a Cavern Angel.
Yeah, I'm surprised he actually didn't fire off that Dissipate on the Grizzly Salvage, because it's, you know, what else are you gonna use it on?
Yeah. So we see second Vault of the Archangel still without any black mana. Still just holding off on Lingering Souls, which I'm a little surprised. I mean, the reason he's holding off on Lingering Souls is we see Restoration Angel targeting Thragtusk is because he wants to be able to play it and flash it back in the same turn. Not sure if adding to the board is better or not there.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't seem like those tokens do a ton here.
Deathrite Shaman removing a Dissipate on Tyler's end step, knocking him down to 10. Toby at least at 5 higher life. I want to get a confirmation on that life total.
I mean, now we've just drawn Oblivion Ring, so I guess in theory we can Oblivion Ring or try to go for the Oblivion Ring on the Restoration Angel. But with those 2 caverns in play, you probably just want to lean on just casting creatures as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just cuts out one extra line.
Yeah, I think you just want to rely on casting creatures and or activating Vault of the Archangel.
I feel like sending Thragtusk there is pretty safe.
Yeah, but what can really go wrong, right?
It's not.
It's Thragtusk.
It's not super clear.
Yeah, it's Thragtusk. There's nothing that can go wrong when you attack with Thragtusk. As we see Deathrite Shaman take care of another spell.
Just passing it again. I guess we're just on the Lavamancer plan here. All right, so this has all the scent of a Desperation Alpha. I've seen this before.
Smell that?
Yeah, that's a guy hoping for the misclick. The misclick no block. Yeah, this looks like a real transcendent chump attack in the making. Let's see how this goes.
Especially when Toby can activate Vault of the Archangel and Tyler can't. Tough situation. Maybe it's a Supreme Verdict that could be occurring.
Does have 4 on the board.
Strange card to board in against a Reanimator deck. Let's see, Snapcaster Mage. We're gonna see a Dissipate of Snapcaster Mage.
All right, I think we are.
We're going to see a Restoration Angel on Thragtusk.
Controversial.
Did I miss something with that Snapcaster being dissipated?
I mean, I can only assume,
yeah,
right? I would have to wager yes.
I've been playing Magic a long time. I feel like I missed something.
Yeah. Just wants to demonstrate his range.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. If you think you know what play I'm going to make, you're wrong, because who knows?
Now things are moving around and tapping and untapping. I feel like we're being trolled.
Yeah.
But I'm not positive.
Okay. They better hope that's not what's happening right now.
Could have another fake handshake incoming at any moment.
Right.
Some things are moving around to the graveyard and play. And just a passing of the turn.
Okay. You can probably send everything.
No, stay rock steady. He's going down to -1. And this looks, I want to confirm, okay, that is a real handshake.
All right, Toby Cain, 2-0 over Tyler Gardner. Wow.
And one for the ages
Yeah.
there. One for the ages.
Yeah.
So we do have a winner, Toby Cain, moving on to the top 4 for tomorrow morning. He will be back